Good morning, everyone. London time, we are back. How's it going? Let me check the sound. Just want to make sure that's okay. How is it going, everyone? Good morning, everyone. Yes, working, everything working. Here we go. Okay. Whew. So yeah, yesterday I didn't do an afternoon stream anymore because I didn't like the price action. And Powell was speaking at 8, right? So it was sort of like, you could predict a little bit that the price action was gonna be very nice. I actually didn't go over the chart yet fully like I used to do. So let's go quickly into the charts. We have the 150 to 210 macro. We're just gonna let that run and see what's going on. Let me go to the 5 minute. So let us have a look. So we are in yesterday's opening range. It's still working through. It's amazing that it still have not gone over New York. Okay, so we went above 79%. Ooh, okay, interesting. So this was yesterday's 8:30 range. We went down into the London first presented, and we went up, down, and then we made our way up. We did Asia high. We created those highs. Remember those equals, and it took it out at 9:55. So the macro took it out and went back into the range for 50%. So this is actually beautiful. To be honest, it was actually quite clean, but because it was so choppy, it was so we took out Asia and London high right here in the macro, but then it went down again into the first percentage value gap of the London session, but it wicked all the way through it and then went back up. So and then made the move up and here, so 50%. Then we went back up and went above it, rejected again, and then we had the final move was at during the lunch. So sometimes when you have pre-price, just give you a good opportunity. So yeah, that so mark those times. It's very important when you are seeing these things happen in London, and that's the good thing about being part of London session. For example, if you have, you may have taken a loss or a break, even though you think it's going up to Asia highs, and you see equal highs, market, and then in AM or pre-market, it will take it out most of the times. But they don't leave it. They always create them for some reason, and it's sort of like in my journaling, I've always seen there's like a most of the times I do take it out on the same day or on the same trading day, right? Sometimes not, sometimes another day, but it's high probability, right? But then again, it's timing. So just mark out time, which macro, 950 macro, and we did, and it didn't take out. Oh, and also in the same at 8 o'clock we took out London, Asia low, and we wicked through it again at 9:40, and then okay. Well, anyway, interesting. The only thing that I'm going to do before I'm taking this one off is I'm going to put these gradients here because we still need them. They're still applicable. And I'm going to take it off because it's too much. It's just too much on the screen. Okay, I'm going to take this off as well. Here we go. And let's have a look at the higher time frame quickly. What did we do? Okay, so yesterday, it's a 4-hour Monday, London, pre-market. So we went up into this here. We didn't even reach the quarter. So we went up here, we didn't reach the quarter, then we went down and the inside candle at 6 and Asia went lower again. Now, you see the oil bands, the 4-hour, the bodies are not going through it now, right? So we're working it on the 4-hour. So we have to, it just doesn't look too nice to me, to be honest. Did anyone trade yesterday? Did anyone take a good trade? I'm just curious. So, we did go into this week. I thought we when I saw this week after London, right? So we have this week here now. let me show you guys what the nice thing about the wicks. Here we go. Now let's see, this wick that was created in, it was a London session, right? The 6 o'clock. And it did not reach the 0.5, so that, and then we went higher. So it was too strong to even go further down. Did it take out this wick? Now, if I'm looking at a Q, for what I'm seeing right now, we're above the 0.5, or we're hanging up on that 0.5, the opening range gap, and we're above the volume imbalance. So for me, it's a bit tricky area, to be honest. Like, what is it going to do? Are we going to break through it into this wick, or are we going to go back up into this wick here, or are we going to go further down in this wick? Let me grade this one. Yeah, 0.6. 4 hour, completely 1 hour. So we just got a new 4-hour candle here. Hold 4. Let's get back to the 1 minute here. So accumulation, manipulation, is this distribution? Is that what we can see? If so, has it already played out? Is the question. Has the move already been finalized? Has the move already been finalized? Okay, we were at 4 standard deviation. Okay, if this is the, let's see if we can take a bit larger range. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Then on the 5 minute, this will be the whole move that we could utilize. Just trying to figure out what's going on, because it's the higher time frame is a little bit difficult for me to read at the moment. So I'm just going to see if there's anything on the lower time frame that could help me frame the trade. Okay, we took Asia low, right? You can see that on the 5. So are we going to go in this area now? 204. Now we have really like the structure too much, but we've got an event horizon here and settlement price right over here. So I think we're going to settlement price 25,400. We have a change in state delivery here. I think could be a quick scalp. 72. Let me quickly put a bit. You know, guys, I always start with the paper trade, right? When I start. This is how I warm up. Hey, yesterday I had a losing trade in London. I made it up, by the way. Just going to take it to. This is almost a 1-to-1 paper trade, just to see if. You know, it's sort of like also for me to gouge the market, and it's like, okay, am I feeling it? Is it doing what I think it's doing? Because I'm still not 100% sure. It looks like we have a change in state on the 5. Let me check if we have S&T. Yes. What is this doing here? This one is. It's so funny. If I close down my computer, I always have to put this one on again for some reason. Some things just don't stick. And why are you showing this? Okay, no S&T on the down, down, down. So we didn't take out this low of 10:30 yesterday. 15 minutes. Let's see, we're gonna get some SMTs on the highs here. There's so many wicks. Let's see if that's going to happen. So I'm sort of like basing my trade now just on this form imbalance because we are not going, you see the bodies are not going below it, right? And we wick through it. So it's sort of like the only thing that and then on the lower time frame, I'm looking at this market sell side that we're going to take buy side and we're going into the original consolidation, which is sort of here, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is. Let me go to the 15 on this one. Let's see if I can get some more. Yeah, this is, I like this. So this is like yesterday's first presented fair value gap, right? And you see we tapped, did we, on the 15? We did not even tap into it. Okay, well, that's a bummer. But let's see if we're going to go up into this area here. Maybe we're going to go here. This is the one standard deviation. Let's see. I'm not in a trade. This is just a paper trade, guys. I'm just warming up. I've learned my lesson. I'm just always starting up with I will keep doing it. It really works, and I don't mind if it's a good trade. Then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm reading it well. But yesterday I went in too fast with my London trade. It was just I got a little bit impatient. It's impatience again if that happens, right? And so if I'm impatient again and it's a paper trade, I journal it because that's my thing. That's my trap, being too impatient. And then most of the times it's not a good trade. It's most of the time I end up with a losing trade or something. So it's sort of like also testing where am I in my psyche? Because I was also just now, to be honest, I just found out that one of the maids is stealing. So I was really looking for something. And I was trying, oh my God, where is it? And it sort of like takes my focus away. So also with things like that, when you have things that are bothering you, just, you have to reset yourself and don't put it on a live trade, especially when you're a little bit, well, I'm not really annoyed. I don't really, it's just, it's all practical, but you have to deal with it, right? It's always annoying when you have people stealing, it happens a lot. And it's just, I guess sometimes it's just annoying because they know now they know that I am streaming and that I don't come down for a long time. And since I've started streaming, every time I miss, like, where's my tuna? Where's a can? It's just little things like a can of tuna. And at first I was like, oh, I might have forgotten to buy it, but it's for my cats, right? They get tuna. It's ridiculous, but they get tuna. And then it's a knife, and then it's this, and now I'm like, no, it's too much. Now I know. Every time it's the same day that it happens, and it happens since I started streaming, so they know I'm not jumping up and down, so I'm coming down very quickly. But it's annoying, so it takes away my focus. But anyway, so paper trade right now, but it's okay. Okay. Okay, so we're forming the London high. So I like the 5 minute. Why? Because the 5 minute has a clear, this shows the downside, right? Accumulation, and then I would say the manipulation, then perhaps this is the distribution on the 1 minute. And on the higher time frame, what are we? I'm always trying to figure out what is the 4-hour candle doing. Are we from the wick to the upside, or are we? But for me, to be honest, I find it really hard to read the 4-hour candle. I would. I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll, guys. I want to know what you guys think. bullish or I'm gonna make it to the session until 3 o'clock. Let's see what you guys say. Till 3 o'clock. Because no. Here we go, guys. Bullish or bearish? Who is bullish and who is bearish for London? And just put in the move that you think is the first move coming. Because I already know that some people are thinking, oh, I'm bullish for the first move and then bearish until that moment. But I mean, let's only do the first coming move until, let's say, 2:30, 2:45-ish. I guess I have a bullish trade up, so I guess my bias is clear for the first trade now. So what I'm thinking is at the moment, like, are we just going up here? Are we making up the 4-hour wick, right? And then go down at some point. That's what I sort of think, but in all honesty, I am not really sure because we do have a nice wick above here, and we also have a nice wick. We are stuck between two wicks, two 4-hour wicks, which are equally. This one we already had a little bit of a rejection in at the 1/3 level, and we haven't had that here. So we are above the 4-hour volume imbalance. So, but then again, I'm like, at some point it could break, right? We are below the event horizon, but then again, this is balance on the 4 hours, sort of. But you know, I've seen candles go through it again. Like here, is this balance? Yes, and then a candle goes right through it. So let's have a look at the daily. Everyone bullish. Okay. Okay, everyone is bullish. It's just 2 votes. Okay, so we're done with the 150 to 210 macro. Now let's see on the 1 minute what we have done on during the macro exactly, because that gives you a lot of information. It does, really. If you start looking at it, and because now here you see, so what have we done most of the macro? We've just consolidated, right? Went up. I'm going to mark it just so for us to make sure that we keep an eye on it, because it helps us during London. Just gonna here we go. Here it ends here. Now, what I've noticed when we consolidate a lot during a macro, you get sort of like the move. We might get a move a little bit afterwards. So the 2240 might give us the run a little bit. Now, do we have a good fair value gap between 130 and 2? Because ICT mentioned this time as important for the London session. Now, we don't have it's not really significant, is it? Well, we have this area with gaps here. Here. There's a lot of little gaps here, so I guess, but this is balanced here, right? Because we have the gaps and we go down into it, so I guess this is now not of any significance. Now we have this area here, though, and then we have this area here. So this area might be that we are going into that. Where's my stop? My stop is above. Okay, I might be stopped out. It is what it is. It means my stop loss wasn't good enough. But then again, looking on the 5-3 minute, do we need to go further down here, right? Because this looks like a balanced price range on the 3. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Are we going to run now? Is it almost 20? Let's see. So like I said, it was sort of like consolidating, right? You can see that in the macro, it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just accumulating orders. It's just accumulating orders. Okay. Let's see if we're going to run at 20 past. Let's see. Okay, higher time frame. Let's go to the daily quickly. Daily looks bullish, right? Very bullish, very bullish. I'm going to get rid of this. I just want to make a... Just look at it again. Daily. $696. And we are exactly now, we touched this at 6.2. We touched that yesterday, right? We touched exactly that 6.2 level. We go retracement, and are we going back further up? Yeah, I mean, if I look at the structure here, I'm like bullish as hell. This is very bullish, right? Jason says delivery breaker. We retested the breaker here on the daily, and we had a run up, had a retest here. Now we just had a retracement back down. We're not going below that volume imbalance, and we have some more liquidity here as well. So the daily makes me actually more bullish than bearish. So there we go. I'm leaving these end walks on because I want my event horizon. So that's a yellow, the red dotted line. And you can see it now overlaps with the settlement price. So this is a good level. I think I'll make my end walks a bit less green because they're a little bit too much. I'm making very light. They are already very light. But a little bit darker. There we go. So why do I have two? Because one of them, they both do different things. So I use them together. Here we go. It's just a little bit less on the screen. It's a little bit less. Okay. 219. Let's see if we get something of a run during the... Shall I quickly have a peek at gold? Oh my god, gold was just horrible yesterday after London session, guys. You know, I was very excited about gold when I saw it, but look here, let's go to the 5 quickly. No, you're not. You're going to stay at the 4 hour, and I'm going to put you on the 5. So gold got me a few times yesterday, to be honest. So at some point I was like, I made my money back with NQ yesterday. Look at this here during London session, or during the AM session, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It just literally consolidated all day from 940. Well, even in London, it was sort of like back and forth, and because I thought it would, this was my TP. Remember, I put it here. It didn't reach it. It didn't reach it. It didn't go higher than 4299. So I was 6 points off on gold. And then it went down. Look at this. It kept on just consolidated literally all day. It didn't do anything. Even in the beginning of Asia, or just just went down, and then in Asia it's finally made its move. But this was just horrible. So for me, it's like, okay, gold. I don't know. I don't know enough about gold also to understand what's going on. And with NQ, I feel like more. It's sort of like I understand a little bit better. And then I am able to anticipate sometimes the top. I'm like, okay, this happened, but for me, it's like, okay, why? And I'm not there yet to figure that out on gold because I've just started using it. Let me see on the 4 hour what happened Monday to. Okay, so it was this candle. Look, it became a doji. This is the doji here, the 4 hour. Ugly. So that's hard. That's not easy. Price action. And we had a wick. We did not even. We just wicked in the other wick. So we have like 2 wicks. That's a lot of imbalances. Yeah. This area here, but this does look very unbalanced. This looks very balanced now because of the back and forth. Yeah, it's horrible. I don't know. I don't know what to say about gold, to be honest. It looks bearish, right, on the higher time frame. We've got a fat candle here. We need some balance in here. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it if there's a good opportunity, but just horrible. Just horrible. Okay, let's go. 222. 222. Are you gonna do something, Anki? Are you gonna go to your I'm gonna go here. Let's give it something. Still just a paper trade, guys. Not anything else. I have to open up my account though. Oh, okay. Um, hey, Metho, I see you now. But now I only see you. That's weird. Oh, I see the old message. Okay, you okay? That's so weird. Live chat. But when? Okay, that is weird. Metho, I see your messages now, but I wonder if I only see your message now and not anyone else's. It's really weird, guys. But I see your message now, Metho. Welcome back. Welcome back. I know you never left, but yeah. Now, oh, you think that you're the only one who put a message here? Yeah. Okay, but I can't see my poll. So, but anyway, we'll figure it out. I'll just have to switch and make sure that I don't miss any. But we figured it out. Well, no, you are the top chat. So so that's weird. I think you're sort of like actually above everyone for some reason. They put you somewhere very high. That's only. But anyway, we'll figure it out. Okay, guys. Well, again, we're in consolidation. Um, well, at least we figured it out, right? I didn't even know that I could toggle between the, but I'll leave it on live chat. So, and I'll just double check if I don't miss any other messages as well. Because, well, we learned something new again. Yeah. I was really wondering, like, oh my God, maybe it's on my end, and maybe I was thinking, maybe there are more people that I'm not reading messages of. So I actually got a little bit worried because there were more people that are like, hey, I haven't seen them for a while, but maybe they had the same. They're like, yeah, bye, so. But anyway, well, I actually don't know what Powell did a speech yesterday, but I just didn't feel like watching it. To be honest, did he say something really important? Let me Google it because we do have NFP, right? Hey, Keegan White, does London market not open in 30 minutes? Correct. Yes. London opens in 30 minutes. Yes, but this is pre-market. So London gives a lot of opportunity in pre-market as well. It's similar like pre-market in New York session. So, but it does open at 8 o'clock. Hold on, I just want to check. What time is it in London now? Because maybe it's already open. It opens at 8 o'clock. The market in London, London time, 8 o'clock. Let me just check. I'm sort of getting used to the 2 a.m., but sometimes London. Yeah, 8 a.m. UK time. And what time is it now in London? It's 7:28, correct? Yeah. So London market opens in 30 minutes. But the 2 a.m. So the Eastern time, the 1:50 to 2 a.m. Macro is very important, and I'm sort of tracking it, but I'm sort of like still trying to figure out how to manage it with when we have the daylight saving time, because sometimes I wonder if the 150 to 210 the value moves because of the daylight saving times, right? And there's 1 week also that London moves, and then the daily savings time in the US does not. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah, but I like to start early in London because it gives a lot of information. Um, and we're here anyway. Haha. Okay. But hey, for now we're just consolidating, and we have to be patient again. Oh my God, guys, how many times have I used that word? We have to be patient. Patience. Maybe I should make another poll. Patience is my biggest issue. It's not my biggest issue in the sense I've been working on it, but if I'm not in a good state of mind, that's where my trap is. I just get into trades, and that's where the bad loop starts. Okay. Okay, so I am seeing now that if I am on live chat, I see everyone now. I see you and um, hey, and okay, gotcha. Oh my God. And maybe we shouldn't be impatient because the market is going to open in a half an hour, right? So maybe that's going to be the. And I was looking for something. I was looking for news. Do we have London news today? Did we have something in London? Yeah. Yesterday, that was yesterday. Yesterday. Nothing. Oh, we don't have a lot of European orange folder, but that doesn't really do a lot, right? You know, Europe is really sort of like quite insignificant lately. And then we have some FOMC member speaks at 10 a.m. Nothing, no orange folder, no red folder news. And then tomorrow we have ADP non-farm unemployment. But the weeks, the NFP weeks looks a little bit different. I mean, I can't. It's just. I think the news is a little bit different. There's nothing on Thursday then, and then on Friday we have the consumer confidence. I missed the non-farm on Friday. That is so weird. You see, it's different. Where's the non-farm on Friday? Okay. We have it then the ADP on Wednesday, but then we don't have the non-farm on. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, you know what I'm missing on my screen? Where am I first presented fair value gap? Where is yesterday's? Oh, here we are. Okay, this is yesterday's first presented on the afternoon session, and this is the AM. Let me see. Yesterday's London. Yesterday's first. Okay, so this is London yesterday, and this is first presented on the AM session. Here we go. Are we gonna go through the okay, the New York PM session is here. Asia low took out New York. We took out this, but are we going to go lower? No, we're not. I don't think so, right? But let's wait. Yeah, live chat is basically for everyone, and you could see top chat is basically a filtered view for channel members. Ah, oh, okay. I never knew method. I had no idea that there was a difference. I never really changed it, or maybe by accident. I never even saw that there was a possibility to look at it. But now I know. But I don't have any paid things, so channel member. I'm not going to do anything ever with channel members, and oh, you pay, and then you're going to get an extra video from, I'm not going to do that anyway. The only thing that I might do is one-on-one coaching, but that's very limited because it takes a lot of time. But also maybe not even that. I just so I find it either you do a YouTube channel for free or not. I mean, so I hate that when people say, oh, I'm going to do only the weekly update or the weekly lookout for channel members. No, I don't. Do you think that YouTube algo decides who is? I think it has to do with then maybe um, because you are top. I thought that you were. I guess I've been maybe missing a lot of messages then. Okay, well, anyway, it's on live chat now, so everyone should be able to. I hope I didn't lose a lot of people because of this. I'm a little worried now. Yeah. Well, at least we learned something, right? Yeah. And so top chat basically was potential. Seems YouTube thinks bad of me, but hey, maybe it will recognize at some point. I have no, and I'm not sure if I changed it. Who knows that I switched it around or something. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah. I wonder if me as the streamer can also give people that status or something. But I'll look into it. I asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT knows these kind of basic stuff well, but for a lot of things you cannot rely on it. But it does know a lot of basic stuff like, hey, how does that work, or how does this work? Um, I sort of never knew about the metrics as well, and I thought I was actually not doing well. So I run through ChatGPT like, hey, listen, I've got a stream, and this is how is it that I have is the retention? And then it said, this is you've got the retention rate of a channel that normally has over 2,000 subscribers. I said, what? Yeah, this is normal. And I was like, oh my God, because I thought, I was like, oh, apparently people in a live stream, they go in and out. And so it's like when you have a 3-hour stream, a specific amount of minutes, it's just, and I was like, oh, thank you, ChatGPT. I learned a lot. So I was like, oh, I'm actually doing really well. Hey, PKSSC, how are you doing? From India. Not trading the Nifty. That's why I don't have a lot of Indians in this time, because you're trading the Nifty. So I'm happy to have you here. Welcome. I'm stopped out. Paper trade stop out. It does feel better to be stopped out on a paper trade, to be honest. Okay, so we are going into the volume imbalance now. Let's see. So the 4 hours. So the thing that I'm thinking, like, okay, are we just, is this the way are we going to distribute to the downside, right? On the 4 hour. So once we might go into the volume imbalance, then we might go into this wick. Now we already went into the wick, but we didn't touch the 50%, remember? So we tapped the 0.66 here, not even. So I wonder if we're going to go further down into this wick, which makes sense. So then we're going to get a no trading the Nifty, the gold view. Oh, you're asking me for the gold view? I did go over gold, but that I didn't like it yesterday, but let's have a look first how this is moving, and then I'll have another look at gold. We might go to the first presented. I guess we were all wrong then with the, oh, I learned gold and crypto. Okay. 241. Well, we can have a look at gold quickly again. Okay, so I don't think you were here when I went over gold yesterday. This is yesterday's AM session. Look, this is really horrible price action, just consolidated literally all day yesterday. So that's why I'm a little bit careful with gold now, because I just don't trust it how it's moving at the moment. So this was all day, 9:30 opened here, and then it just consolidated. It was really hard to trade. It was really just consolidating. This was London session yesterday, so it had this distribution move to this manipulation move, and then we went up. Then consolidation, one leg higher. I thought it would go up to here, but it did not reach that. It went down, and from that moment, it was just consolidation. So I didn't really look at it from that moment. And then in Asia, gold made a move to the downside here, and now it's consolidating again. So that's why I'm not interested in gold too much. PK, I'm going to call you PK, because you can see we had this larger move, but now you can see it's just moving. It's staying within this ring that it created here, right? You see that? Boom. And if you see such a displacement in Asia, you always have to be a little bit careful. You would rather see it just consolidate a little bit from the start. I never like it when you see a large move like that, because this is a large move for Asia, and it had the same yesterday on gold as well. It had a bit of a larger block. So this is a very manipulative. Look, it's a large. So I'm just expecting top within this range. So that's why I'm not interested in gold at the moment, because it's just, I really want to see breakout of this area, preferably, and I don't expect it to happen anytime soon, because there's a large wick here, so most likely we'll go in and then back up, in and back up, and then at some point one side will break, but I just want to wait until that moment. Now on the higher time frame, it does look bearish to me. Look, we have so I do think we have a little bit moved down to the downside. We've got a flat bottom candle here, which means this is lack of manipulation. So I do think we're going to get something, either a wick or a body through this. I'm bearish on gold, but I just don't like, I don't like the Paris action. Hey, Raiden. Hello, hello. Oh, is my voice cracking? I'm sorry. That's the Wi-Fi. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I thought I wanted to look at the, oh, what's happening? Check, check. No, I'm not going over BTC. I don't do BTC, my friend. Only gold and NQ. Only gold and NQ. Is my voice still cracking, guys? Is it continuously cracking? Yeah, so gold is just, I mean, I really don't want to trade anything in this area. I'm just going to go back and forth, back and forth. I would rather wait until we go into in the now. In all honesty, I do think because we're here, I do think that I'm more bearish than bullish on gold because we have an N walk here, event horizon here, and we're already below this N walk. We already wicked into it, so I'm more bearish than bullish, but it's sort of like it's going back and forth again. So I just don't want to engage. But I'm bearish on gold. But you just have to find a good entry and then stick to it and write it down. But I just annoyed. This price action just annoys me. This is never good. You see this in Asia happening, right? Wick like this and then staying into it. Maybe pre-market. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on gold. We'll keep an eye on it. But for now, we'll stick to NQ. Okay, so my voice is okay again. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, if that's the case. Sometimes it just, I don't know if apparently it's not the mic, but it's most likely the Wi-Fi. I'll buy a new mic at some point, just to check if it's the mic. Maybe I should put my phone away. Maybe it's the 5G. Yes, I want to hear it. I need to test it. Hold on, guys. You'll hear my voice twice because I want to test I want to hear it. 5G. You just find a good entry and then stick to it and write it down. But I just annoying. This price action just annoys me. This is never good. You see this in Asia happening, right? Wick like this and then staying into it. Maybe pre-market. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on gold. We'll keep an eye on it. But for now, we'll stick to. Thank you. Okay, so my voice is okay again. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I hardly hear the cracking just once in a while, so I'm not sure if it's Hey, question everything. I like that name. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, we're just gonna wait. We have to wait. Yeah, I do think we're gonna go lower into this in this wick here. Because we are already moving back into the volume imbalance. We've been hanging around it quite a bit. So it's getting weaker now, and we are below the event horizon. We've got some other wicks here also on the 1 hour, we've got a higher time frame, the 4 hour wick, but we have got two 1 hour wicks here. So, and we've got the first percentage fair value gap of yesterday, and that's still unmitigated. I'll show you what I mean by that when I talk about an unmitigated first percentage fair value gap. It's not unmitigated, I'm sorry, but let's go to the 5. It's not unmitigated because you can see this price action going through it right on the 5. But what I'm hoping to see is that it rejects of it now, because we already have price action. Either it goes halfway into it or it just taps into it. So that's what I'm going to look for. And why am I interested in that? Because I noticed that my 1/3 level of my wick that I graded is exactly near that fair value gap here. So that's why I'm interested to see. I'm expecting a rejection here. So I might go for a short, but I just have to see price action. Yeah, PK, I'm sorry, it might be the Wi-Fi. So sometimes it will happen. But yeah, keep on letting me know. And sometimes I don't think I can do anything about it, to be honest. But the only thing that I can do at some point is buy a new microphone to check if it's the microphone. Oh, you can speak little English? Okay, well, I find that very remarkable that you can follow then. I'll try to speak as slowly as possible for you. But thank you. Um, your English is well. I can understand what you're writing, and it's really also flawless. So compliments. Okay, let's see, guys. 2:51. So we've got the new macro starting. So I marked the 150 to 210. Now we started here, right? So this candle, we are below the 150. So that's how you can use the macro as well. Where are you in comparison to the old macro? We started here, 150. Where are we now? We are below it. I want to see a retest. Hello, Gatu. You live in Barcelona. Hello, Barcelona. I love Barcelona. I used to, when I lived in the Netherlands, I went to Barcelona a lot. Not a lot, but I went a couple of times. Okay. Now, where I don't see a good entry, to be honest. I want to enter, but let me go to the 1 minute. It's consolidation. I want to see like a retest of something, but it might just run without me. How's the weather in Barcelona? Yeah, I think we're going in the direction of this one here, all the way here. But let's maybe see what do we have here? PK, Barcelona is in Spain, in Europe. Three three nine. Oh, I'm getting in a short. A paper trade only. Where am I? Why am I not in a trade? Arafat, hey Tarseng, you're from the US. Welcome. I love it. All people from. Hey Arafat. So I trade minis and micros. So I enter on a paper trade today. I'm just paper trading on what you see right now. But I do enter on my evaluations or my funded. But I trade mini, but also micro NQ. So M and Q. So, but I always I chart on NQ. Even though I trade M and Q, I still chart on NQ. So, but actually, it isn't too fast for the mini right now because the market is a bit slow. But if you have a proper model, you know what you're doing, you can trade the mini. But the problem with when I trade mini, I never put more than one or two in, so it's harder to skill in and out. So, but if I have a trade that I want to go in and out and skill in, skill out, because I know it's going to take some more time, then I usually trade M and Q. and then I do that, and then I just scale in and out many times. But you cannot do that with mini, because it's just, you put on 1 or 2 max, and then you just have to let it go, right? So so I'm doing fine, Tossing. I'm enjoying, because even though price action is it's by PK. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Even though price action is not really very nice, I just love hanging out and just, chart reading, tape reading, and hanging out in the chat. And I'm happy that Meta is back, because um, so everything is good. So I'm from the Netherlands originally, but I'm living in South Africa right now. So as you can see, very lush green. Yeah, Arafat, your name says it already, that you do FX, right? Come over to our side. You'll love the futures market. Oh, let me hold on, guys. There's a lot of wind. I think everything is blowing away from my balcony. My yoga mat. I do my exercise. I have to. I already had to get it a few times from the neighbors. Like, oh my god, and it's just everywhere. Everything goes down. So, um, but I'm still convinced it's going to go down. But I just don't like. It's like, okay, where am I going to end? I would like to see a retest. So I'm just going to wait. Why South Africa? Why not? So I used to live in the Netherlands, but I did a lot of conservation work, wildlife related. So I did a lot of projects in the bush. And when I moved to South Africa, I literally lived in the bush. So now I'm living in a small place near the beach, but I'm going back to the bush in about half a year. So you might see a giraffe passing by my window or something like that. So I love nature, and I love a lot of green, and I don't have that in the Netherlands. It's just concrete. So, hey, Jort. Trading has been, I mean, it was a good week last week. I ended the week with 2 good trades. 151 points, 109 points in NQ. But yesterday I had a losing trade on London, so it wasn't really a good day. I did make it up after the stream with, well, it wasn't too clean price action, to be honest, so it's not worthwhile to go over those trades. So I made up my loss and a little bit extra on my eval, and it's been a bit, I don't like the price action too much, to be honest, so far. There's no, I'm a distribution trader, so if there's no distribution, I'm sort of like, I don't want to say I get bored, but I'm really waiting for that 4-hour candle distribution. So, but listen, if you see this, right, if you have a wick here and a wick here on the 4-hour, I know I cannot expect too much distribution. So here, for example, there's a wick here, right? So we're gonna make our way down into that wick, and then we have another wick here. I know already it's not gonna be I don't see it that way. That's not the right time, because the market, trading is more about waiting and just tape reading, and then you have to wait for those moves, right? And sometimes they are there, and sometimes, well, I still think it's going to go down now to, what did I say here? I thought I put it on the trade, but I can't find it anymore. That's so weird. So we have this level here. I do think we're going to go down, even though the move might be there, but it might not be my price action. I would take it up to here, this level 333. Still 20-point move. Ooh, you are up on 2200 on this combine. Good for you. So how much more? Which combine do you need to? Are you almost there, or which one is it? Oh, you don't have to tell me, but how much are you almost done? Okay, gotcha. Okay, no, I meant like since I'm in the US, when I'm awake, you're asleep. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well, I just don't trade Asia, to be honest, but I do AM, PM, New York session, and London then, right? But your London is hard for you because of, yeah, then you guys are sleeping. But then again, there's always like, you know, I mean, for example, we had last week a lot of good trades in Asia, and the good moves were just there and not in London. Or we had a really tough few weeks, and then the moves were just, and you could see exactly the best points of entry were there, and then you just ride it up or down. And like for example, now it just here you can see consolidation, then consolidation again, and then another pop. Yeah, you just don't want to really be, because where's the manipulation move going to go? Is it go up or is it going to go down, right? You just, now it would be for me to enter. I think it's going to go down, but that's because of this volume imbalance. Okay, I'm just going to paper trade this. Yeah, I love paper trading because then I journal it, and especially if I get stopped out. 333. I want TP is here. I do think we're gonna go here. So it's 121. I also want to learn how to scalp a little bit more. Hey Casey, yeah, I'm still trading gold, but gold is shit at the moment. Gold is shit. I want to try to find a good, like if I would trade this right on my live account or on my eval, where would I put my stop loss? What would I base it on? Because I don't have a good entry. This is not my model. But I'm looking at this. I'm using the volume imbalance and the 3 o'clock. Now the 3 o'clock is printed right over here, and this is the midpoint of the. I'm using now this area here, and I'm using the opening price of this 15-minute candle. So what I would do in this case, if the price action would go over the opening price of this candle, which is right over here, so that is the opening price, 362. 362. That invalidates the trade. I'm going to make it C363. Why? It already waked up. So this is not my logic. Hey, yeah, 400. Yes, Casey, isn't it crazy? So I'm just using this candle here, the opening price of this candle. Why? Also because there's a little gap here, and I don't want it to go back over this gap plus the opening price of this. Now I could be a little bit more specific and go do it at the midpoint. That might be a little bit better. So I'm going to do 365. So sometimes you have to be very creative with your with how you, if you're in a different area and you just want to scalp like smaller moves, and you just, okay, where I'm going to get in, okay, what would invalidate the trade? Go up, opening price of this and half of the wick. And I'm using the 3 o'clock. So I'm using time a lot in my analysis, right? Now, this could be the manipulation move to the downside and then it goes back up. So the question is, should I take my TP faster? Yes, I think so. I think I should really put it here. And maybe it doesn't even take this out. Maybe it just creates a little low here in the area, right? But look at the 15-minute, got a flat bottom here. Okay, 339. Maybe I should bring it there on the 15. Okay, let me do that. See, it might just manipulate. Why are you not doing it? 339. You see that? So sometimes you wonder, why did it not take out the low? Well, that's why. You see this flat bottom here? And there's a wick here. That's this exact area. So it might just give a tiny wick here because this is a lack of manipulation here. So you only see a little wick coming into this one here, and then it might just pop back up. So now I'm just going to bring it down to 3 because we're running. Here we go. I just wanted to create a little balance out. This is an imbalance. It's a lack of manipulation, right? So you just want to see a little wick here. That's enough for me. So that's why I moved it up. I didn't see it before, so that's why I'm. Boom. Okay, got it. Now let's see if it would have gone lower, because I just took it very safely until here. So I was very because I just don't trust it too much. Let's see. See? Let's see if it rejects from here or just if it goes back up. If it's done with the move. Is it going to take out the low? Casey, do you want me to go over gold? I mean, how have you been doing, by the way? I haven't seen you for a while. Okay, so we're printing the first presented fair value gap on London session. So I'm just wondering now if it's going to go lower or if it's going to go back up, because we do have a level here. So you see, I just took the low hanging fruit just because of I just wanted this wick here. I just wanted this area here. I'm just wondering if this will be a rejection block. So that's why I am, so for the ICT traders or the people who are interested in ICT, if this is going to be a rejection block. So that means we are going to reject here in this area. Plus you have a candle without manipulation wick. So it's sort of like a combination that, but we seem to be going lower now. So it's not going to reject there. Okay, so that means we're bearish. I like to see that. You haven't been trading a lot, okay. Now I took the low hanging fruit, but I guess we're going down to this level now, 2248. Let's see, because the macro is almost done. It's been challenging, Casey. I mean, I had a few good trades, but I've been working really, really hard to get those done. And there was one, I made a recap and I looked so weird. I was really annoyed, and I was really, and it's just been crazy. I'm like, why am I so annoyed? And you know, it's just because I think it was the trading and being in trades really long all the time and not getting the moves and just, you know. I've been good about 800 away from passing. This is my 4th day. Okay, good for you. Yeah, but you know, the lesser you start to trade, the better you will see more profits. It's crazy. It is. You know, people say it a lot, but you don't really. You know, it just really is something that you need to experience, and then you're like, oh yeah, it really is a thing that trading less is more, right? So, and the sooner you get that to that level, the better you will start. Your P&L will resemble that. How's school going, Casey? I know you also had a job, right? You're also working somewhere. Okay, now let's see how. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, guys, because we have some levels to the downside. The 0.5 is here. 316. We've got a inversion as well here. The macro is over. So let's see if we can find a good trade now, and then ride it further down to the downside, because we are going lower to this wick now. But I just want to see if we what it's doing, because I just don't trust it 100%. Because now we created this one, like you see exactly, it looks like this candle will end the wick because of this situation. This sort of always happens. This is algorithmic signature. Hey, Casey, that's how you do it. And at some point, you know, you'll just trying to get more money for my stocks. Hey, Casey's really young. He's already into investing stocks and buying, just investing the money the right way. So, hey, I'm proud of you, Casey. Not spending your money on booze and other bullshit. Hey, listen, when I was young, I wasn't doing these things. I was spending money on all that stuff. But took a long at 329. 329? Oh, you mean, I was like, hey, it's 311. But you mean oh, it's still here. You bloody turtle souped it. Well done. Are you using the gradients as well? Are you using these levels? So, I'm wondering, are you using are you grading the wicks? Love to. I drank some booze on Saturday. I never drink. Oh my! You never drink, and then you had two, and then 2 shots of bourbon. Wow! How I love the bourbon that you feel a little bit of the burn, right? I used to drink more when I was younger, but I can't. My body, I just get. Sometimes I don't get really drunk very quick. Then sometimes it does, but sometimes it does not. But I just feel so miserable the day after. It's just at some point I was just I'm like I still enjoy a glass of wine when I have a good piece of fish or really some and a gin tonic. I really like a gin tonic. But I don't really drink a lot. I don't drink by myself because that's like really, I don't see the point. It's really like when I'm together with some people and enjoying a good meal, or sometimes when we go out, a nice, gin tonic or something. But yeah. Now let's see. Let's go over what has happened so far. Have we made the low for London? Is this the London low? That's the question. Or so we consolidated in around 2 to 230, right? I have to take my notes. Hold on, I have to see my profiles, my London profiles. I'm getting old. I can't remember everything anymore. Because we were all bullish. Higher time frame, we were bullish, right? So we just took the pullback. It's going to go lower probably. Well, that's the thing. I just don't know if we're going to go. I'm actually very bullish on NQ higher time frame. Let me just look at the. We are lower than Asia. Let me go to the 15 on this one because I need more information. Look, on the 15, we are in this yesterday first presented. But we're going lower. It looks like we're going lower, but we could also just make a little bit low here and then go back up. But it doesn't look like it, right? I mean, if we take this range here, sell side, buy side, retracement. Is this the retracement of this leg, right? To go back further up. Because Do you ever change and save delivery here? Yes, we do. We have it here already. Let me go to the 13-minute. Sell side, buy side. Are we done? With a wick here. We did not get into this wick here. Did we reject here? No. Mm -mm 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 -mm. Go one higher. So higher time frame, you could also just see this as higher time frame consolidation, right? So that's why then price action gets, when I'm always struggling, it's always like higher time frame consolidation. So we're just in this, it doesn't look like, as you can see, like back before, now we're going here, and it's not really clear. It's not like accumulation, manipulation, distribution, because it's just, we created high, then we went back into the range, we go back again, and we're here. So this could be just higher time frame consolidation, that we just are staying in this range and then go back and forth. And that's when I start being like, when I go back and forth, and when I can't find my bias properly, it's always the same. And like, oh, then I find, oh, okay, there's a lot of wicks, and it's sort of like, I guess this is now the range, and we're just in this range right now. So let me see the 3 hour. I can see anything. See, on the 3 hour, what you see is we get a wick here, then we have a wick here, and we might get a lower wick here, and then, we've got equal lows here, which is in this area, 219. Let me see on the 6 hour. This is an open range gap that is partially unfilled. I left it on here just for information. So yeah, it's a large wick. We're gonna go most likely in this wick, but ain't gonna be pretty. Rejection. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave another 3 minutes now. Change instead delivery here, breaker. Let's see if we can get a breaker trade. I'm gonna take a breaker trade, but there's gonna be a fast, small one, but I just don't like the, let me see, the weekly, come on. How are we doing on the weekly? we opened here, we go down here, and now we're going up. Oh, let's hold on. 320. I like it. Daily. What are we doing on the daily? On the daily, we are going into this week here now. Let me take this forward. The daily week is far more important. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going. I don't think I'm going to go long. I think I'm just going to wait for a short. Why? I wanted to. Yeah, I keep on going to this. I'm really going to frame short. I'm not going to go long. This needs to be. Yeah, I'm going to just wait for that one. I'm going to go for a short at some point. I mean, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. What time is it? 3:21. 3:21. Okay, let's see. Now, I do think we're going to go a little bit higher and then go lower. I could be wrong. I just want to look at this daily candle. This is just daily 4 hour. Oh, you're a hard read today, my friend. You're a hard read today. But we're below event horizon. We are in the volume imbalance. I don't want it to go up in the volume imbalance again. You need to stay out of it. Do not go above the midline. So maybe I can frame a trade already here because the 3 o'clock is exactly the midpoint. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I think I'm stop loss. I don't want the bodies to go over this area anymore. So I might TP will be here. A little bit lower, higher. What do you think? This is a valid point. A few things matching up there. Okay. Let's see if the time, because it's 20. I'm thinking maybe the 20 to 40 will give us the move. But hey, it could go up. It could invalidate if it goes over the midpoint of the volume balance. I'm not interested in it anymore. Let's see. That's why I put my stop right over here. I have nothing else to go on. And it did sort of like retest the 3 o'clock, so I'd like to see that. But listen, I don't like this though for a short. But anyway. See, we don't have really a break on the 5 minutes. It's just. Asian, I could Asian. Let's see. It's going to stop me out. Yeah, the bodies are above the midpoint. Yeah, if you look at this candle engulfed this one, right? So it should be, but then again, we engulfed this. We have a flat. It is a break really. I don't trust the structure too much. Sell side buy the intelligent consolidation. But this could also be the original consolidation, right? So it could go a little bit higher up to here to midnight. But I don't feel like engaging in a long at the moment. Now we were higher time frame bearish or bullish on the NQ, right? Let me have a look at the daily again. What are you doing, NQ? You're confusing me. Oh, I guess we're going up again in this area here. But maybe we're done to the downside, but we did wig to the 0.6, I said 1/3 level, and now we're going maybe up to this level here. So that's up all the way 520. It's all the way up here. Can't even see it. It does make sense if this would be, but then it doesn't make sense because if this would be the manipulation, we already went lower. So now we have a new application to use. There we go. Sort of like this. Raiden, I think it will be a short time bearish because there's a gap in 1 day below. I think it will take the low of the previous day. I think it will take the high and tap the FVG. Yeah, but which order? I just don't. I'm just a little bit confused, to be honest, about the order. Could do anything, to be honest. It's just also the normally the volume imbalance. Yeah. This wick is enough. I don't know if it's just this is enough to go into the wick, but I'm sort of like I wanted to go a little bit lower on the daily wick. Just I wanted to go to the 0.5. But this could be enough. But then again, you don't know. It looks bearish to me, but then again, we opened higher than the close here. It's one of those weeks. It's just like yesterday we had Powell speaking at 8, so then the whole day is sort of like screwed, I guess. And there's no news today, but it doesn't mean if there's no news, there is no good trading. That's just, I mean, sometimes there is and sometimes there is not. It's not like sometimes you still get removed. And I think in trades like this, maybe you just have to sort of like really use structure, like you have, okay, breaker, which we have a change delivery, we bounced on the, so what I don't like, for example, here we didn't retest this first, but then I want to see a wick tapping into it. Otherwise, the move might go, but it might be very small. We do have 0.5 at midnight here, so that's sort of like 3272. So it's 10 point. I think you can take 10 points on NQ. But you see, it goes back and forth. It's just creating liquidity. It's just creating liquidity. So I don't trust it. It might just go up to this level again, create liquidity, and go back down. Because why? We didn't have any retest of this area. We do have an inversion. We did sort of retest the inversion, but not the first presented. I would really like to see that, because then most of the time it just comes down again. Yeah. Do we have a 15-minute fair value gap here? Sometimes you just have to simplify it a little bit. We've got a little gap here as well. That was created in the macro. You see that here on the 15? I'm going to mark this one because it's significant. Especially things that are created in a macro are significant. And this one, here is one. Oh shit, yeah, there you go. I said it might only go to here and then reject. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Boom. Did you see that? So it rejected exactly in this 15-minute, and this one was formed in that macro. And boom, it's rejecting. I didn't see it before, otherwise I would have marked it already, but I just, let's go back on the 1 minute because I didn't see that. See, there is no, you see that how important it is how to, I saw it on the 15-minute and I said it straight away, oh, it's going to reject there, and look what it did. We can't see it on 1 minute, right? Let's see it in the 3 minute, if you can see anything on the 3 minute. Also, no. You see one higher. You would have thought, oh, price is going to go here. No, it's going to stick. It might still go there, but you want to have that first one. On the 5 minute, also you can't see it. So on the 15 minute. So that's why you see me always go through the, but there is one on the 3 minute, there's higher, so it's still going to go there. Yeah. But maybe you have to wait. The thing is with these little signatures, you know, you have to wait for the next macro. So that gives you more opportunity to get in. You see how it's reacting there? I wish I saw that one before, because then I would have framed my trade up to there, because it's going. Okay, I'm going to take it off. Okay, so now we are in that fair value gap, right? Let's see if we go, if this is it for this move, or are we just going to go up? So on days like this, you need to have small, I guess, you know, you don't want to have too large of a trade on. I don't want to, but you're not in this case, Casey, anymore, right? Oh shit. You know where the wicks are. The little there's another imbalance here. 3 minute. So if you see these you know where price will stop, right? It just gives you more, like, you don't have to panic when you see, for example, you see these here and then you see 15 minute when you know, okay, at least it's going to stop there. But you know, on the 3 minute there's one above it as well. So you're like, okay, I can. It's almost safe. Midnight is there. First presented is there. I could take it there, but I'm going to play it safe. I'm just going to take it up to this 15-minute one, right? So that's how I create my TPs. When you see my TP1 or TP2s, I use these kind of things, my imbalances. But we have another one here as well, but that one is outside. And why are these important? This one is important. All these ones are inside that macro, right? So that's why I'm using these. I graded it because I want to see, okay, what happens. So I give you, if I say this helps me for to frame my grades. Now I'm not in it because I'm too slow today. Well, I'm not really slow. I just don't like the price action. But you know, you learn from it because I'm just, you know, I'm journaling. Okay, now again, the imbalance that was created in this macro give you the direction of the move, right? Because just imbalances, especially that are created during specific time. That's why I use time. It's not like, oh, I'm a time-based trader. I said it's because during specific time things are created because the algo is scripted against time. It's nothing else than that. So especially imbalances that are created within a macro have a good value because you can use them. So for London, I used this one, 150 to 210. I already started looking at it, and I'm at 15-minute one, but it doesn't matter. The 3 minute one, this one is more important because this is your end. This is your high of the move for now. Yeah. So that's why I will do this. Hey, Dottie, how are you doing? You're at work. How's it going? Nice to see you again. I don't want to get you in trouble with your work. We'll chat another time a little bit more when you are off work and have more time. Hope you're okay. Now we tagged midnight, and we do have a flat bottom, a flat top here, and we tapped into the 0.5 of manipulation move. So I guess we can almost consider this an accumulation, manipulation, and we might have the distribution move now. But let's see. What time is it? 3:40. If we get over this one, I might get in, but the macro, the 350 macro, we're gonna get funded next. Dotty. I use funded next. You can use them in South Africa. You've got the legacy and the rapid. The rapid is you can pass in one day, and then you have a consistency rule. And the legacy, you have consistency rule on the funded, but there's no consistency rule on the when you pass. But the legacy, you need 5 days to pass, and it's 5 days before payout. And the rapid is a little bit faster, also with payouts. But I think you need both now, because if you have a good trade and you don't want to be stuck in consistency, then you go back to forth between the two. So tell your friend to buy both legacy and rapid because you need both. I think that's the cheat code now. Yeah. There are more, by the way, that you can. I think Topstep, to be honest, I read somewhere that Topstep now has also put South Africa on the list for that's eligible now. So if they like Topstep, if you don't mind to use that Project X, which I really don't want to use, but then Topstep is a good option as well. I think we're gonna run. I think we're just missed the trade. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the one. Let's see. We're gonna get another trade because I do think we're going up now. We might go even higher. I really want to focus now because I want to think if I can get into a trade. What are you doing? Why am I not in your trade and you're going up? London high. We're going to take London high. But maybe not now. Maybe, hey, Dottie, see you next time. Have a good day. Let's see, because the macro is 340, we most likely get a rejection. We're going to go down a little bit, and let's see if we can enter. You have to, are you not going? No, you're just going to keep on going. Oh, you asshole today. An asshole today. I want you to calm down now. Calm down, NQ. We need to enter for the 315. 341. Okay, calm down now. Calm. Calm, boy. Calm, calm, calm. I think it's going to spike, most likely. Calm. I think settlement prices are in the cards. So just hoping that we could get it. It's just 20 points. I hope we get a little bit of a pullback for the. I'm in at 25,361. Okay, and Vargas. If you need to ask someone, that is not a good thing. You should know before you enter the trade yourself. You should have a trade plan. You should already have your stop loss. You should have your exit and your TP already set. Because I can't give you advice. I don't know what your risk management is. I don't know how you, I know where you entered, but I cannot tell you if you should stay. What do you think? Why should you stay in? And why should you not stay in? What's your logic? Just getting in and asking someone else, should I stay in? You're leaving your money in hands of someone else. That is not the thing you should do. I don't like that because I don't want to give you advice because I never, I could be wrong as well. I am not in a trade at the moment. I missed it for a reason. And I'm actually waiting for a pullback. So, and I don't know if it's going to spike. I do think it's going to spike a little bit more, but it could pull back anytime because we're out of macro right now. So you need to decide for yourself. Yeah, just and Vargas, it's not that I want you to lose, but I just want you to learn how to yeah, you know, and you had your bias, and if you're wrong, you're wrong. I hope you trilled your stop already. And if not, you will learn from it. So do whatever you want to do, because you know that I want to get in, but I can't get in now because it's just going on. So I missed the trade. So, yeah, I would just, if you feel like you want to stay in, just stay in and see if it works out. And if not, and make sure to trill your stop, properly. Okay. And then if it doesn't work out, if it doesn't go as high as you think it would, you have to reverse engineer and you learn from that. Because you learn most from the trades that didn't work out the way you were thought. But we can go over the trade on Vargas at the time when it's totally done. I always go over it, like what did I miss? Where could I get in? How could I have calculated it, where it would go? We'll do that. What I didn't like about Top Step 1, I can buy, but because I bought one, they put on a Netflix type of subscription plan. They, buy every month against your will. Oh, yeah, you know, since they, in all honesty, I used Top Step a lot in the past. And I was supposed to go to live with them, but then because I was in South Africa, we couldn't, so we had to part ways. But then they, you know, Project X came, and you know what happened with Project X with all the other people, prop firms that used it, right? They were screwed. And it's never good when a prop firm has their own platform. I think it's just a conflict of interest. And now now I read what you're reading. I'm like, oh my God, that's really bad. I don't like that either. They used to be one of the best, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm just not inclined, even though now I can buy again, if that's true, I'm just not inclined to do so. Okay, watch this level here and watch this. This is settlement price. I didn't get in because I didn't find a good entry. I'm okay with that. I don't, you know, I don't really care. I think I'm happy that I don't really care about these things anymore. But I'm happy that Vargas is in and he's holding. And I hope you're going to take your, don't be too greedy, okay? Don't, or just make sure that you trill properly. So we're above the 1.25 and now we're at the settlement price. And this is the daily open. This is a 2 standard deviation. Boom. Two and a half is here. Around the 20. So I never like it when they run after that move for some reason. I just, yeah, 338. Yeah, it starts running here. Okay. Lefter, Vargas, how are you doing with your trade? We were bullish when we started, right? I mean, on the 15, it was quite clear. We had this, we went beautifully in this first presented. I did say I want to retest off this and I didn't act upon it. I missed this one here. 423. I think that's where are we now? 423 might be sold 2 micros, keeping 4. Are you going for the? You think it's going to go to Asia high? Thank you, Cesar. We might get a pullback, and then I don't think it's going to make a full run all the way to Asia high. I think we might get an opportunity to enter in the macro. Well, let's see in the macro. Or the macro is going to make the full run and then win. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to reject it 423-ish. Let's see. Because the macro is starting, right? Now, what's the macro is going to do? Because we had such a large run, we might get a pullback now, right? Because we're getting now the 350 to 410 macro, my favorite one. My favorite macro. Here we go. Now let's see. I want to see the 4-hour candle. Where are we at? What are we doing? Are we going to go over this one now? Okay, let's go. I want to pull back. Cesaria. I like that. Cesaria. Or is it Cesar Iacob? Well done. Well done, Varga. That was a good trade. And you held on? Yeah. Well done. So we'll re-enter on touch of VWAP. Now, because we hit 2.5 standard deviation calculated from the 1, we might get a pullback back to 1, 1.5, right? So do we have a breaker anywhere? Like now we're going to look for entry. We, you know, we still have some highs above us. Let's have a look at the 5. We're not done with the move yet, right? But the question is, are we going to go to 4 now, or are we going to into consolidation? On 4 hour, we went to this wick, right? And we are now, the bodies are, we have to stay above the midpoint of this body candle, right? Of this. And if so, then we could anticipate a continuation to the upside, to the 0.5, which is here. Now the thing is that we want the London high or low to be formed. Mostly it's formed before 4 o'clock. So the question is, are we going to go have that move up now? It's just a fib, and Vargas. It's just a fib. The 0.5. Okay, let's see if we can get an entry. So what could happen that we get the first part of the macro could go down, and the second could go up. But I'm sort of like, I'm wondering if we're going to make another high in this session now, because it's the last. I was hoping that we were done here, that it would have taken it already, because we still have 7 minutes though. But are we really going to create a high after 4 o'clock in London? We're going to go over Asia. I would rather see it retest. This is always nasty with all that. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know what, guys? I'm just gonna wait for a nice retest or something, because I'm not going to. I really want a retest of a breaker. But for example, I like this breaker here. I'm gonna mark this one. Oh shit. I like, you know, this constellation area creates some breakers here. Okay. I want to retest because, you know, we hit 2.5, but I really wanted to see it go back into this area. But we have another one here as well, so we have to be vigilant. Now, technically, this is also this area. It's also full. It's also a breaker. So, but this one engulfs this one here. Okay, this engulfs all of this. The only thing I need to be vigilant of this area here. Okay, I'm going to use this wick just in order to include a little bit more. It did go back into this range here, to this fair value gap, but that means we have such a small 2.5. We went to 1.75. It could be enough. It could be enough. 356 to take it back to 4. So it's a continuation then. 0.5. 356. Yeah, I think it's going to continue to the upside, but I'm still going to wait. Let's see what when we get before few minutes before 4 o'clock, because we might go all the way to this area here. Yeah, it's just gonna go. I'm gonna let it run without me. I guess Asian high 445 here. I don't trust it. Hey Avneet, how are you doing? 358. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna slam down now after this. Yeah, it's gonna be a. Let's. I'm gonna pay for this. Um, I think it's gonna go even higher. Go even here. Now, where would I put my stop loss? I don't like this price. It's just gonna spike and just gonna be nasty and fast. I don't trade this. I don't like it. Daily open. I'm not in. This is just a paper trade, guys. I don't like this price action. We are above the event horizon. We are going to Asia high right over here. Asia high is right over here. 444. But I do think we're going to go a little bit higher. Yeah, I should take it a little bit lower though. I'm going to bring it to just now. Like I said, I don't think it's going to do it before. You know, normally at 4 o'clock we don't get a high anymore, so it would be a little bit. It should have done this before 4 o'clock, so that's why I'm a little bit hesitant. I would never enter this on my evaluation on my live account, because you want the high already before 4 o'clock, not at 4 o'clock. So I was hoping it might run. So it might just slam down. Yeah, I think that's more. Let's see what happens. It's very bullish. I think it might just spike up one, but it could not. I have not seen this happen. Let's see. 0.5 is here. I guess we created the low, but we also are creating the high. in London. So let's build the lows. Yeah. We created a low. How's it going, Avneet? Have you been trading this morning? I've just been paper trading so far. But this is a nice example of accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I want to show you guys. So if you have a 2.5, let's see if this is 2.5. Manipulation. That's probably 2.5. Manipulation. You see, it's not going up, right? So if this is 2.5, this is going to be 4. But like I said, time, it's just not the time to do it. Just not the time. Is it 4? 2 plus 4. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? Okay. You see time when it's just sort of like a little bit tricky. Stuck in the wrong time. Four past four. No, yesterday was horrendous. Yes, hey, yesterday was gold was horrendous. It was very hard, right? After a long break, it happens with me not able to perform well. Hey, listen, that's why I'm just paper trading right now. And also yesterday I went in too fast. I had to lose an L in London, right? But hey, if I'm not feeling it, I'm just paper trading until I feel like okay, I'm ready to really get into it. And especially after 4 days, it was like we had the Thanksgiving weekend, right? So I was like, but I made up my loss in. I did manage to get a few winning trades, but it was ugly. I mean, it wasn't really not something I should show. Um, hey Bowser, you mentioned that last bullish candle. What do you mean before that drop on the 15? Yeah, I used a manipulation move for my fibs. And I use it depends. I just use different times, but you see it sort of like matched really nice with the 2.5. But I had a little bit different just now. I can't remember which time I used, but But I know if my 1.25 matches up with an important level, I know I'm using the right one. I don't think we're gonna go up. I don't think we are going to make that higher move now because it's already 4 o'clock. So we already went to 2.5. I think we're going to go higher, but I don't think we're going to do it anytime within this macro, to be honest. We already reached 2.5. And we'll see. We still have a few minutes to go. Bowser, did you take any trade? Did you trade the, did you get that long? Did you manage to, I think you probably took the trade and you probably made the trade, right? Oh, I forgot to look at ASM2, by the way. I forget that a lot. This trade is really shit, to be honest. In all honesty, I'm a bit ashamed of this trade, even though it's a paper trade. I'm a little bit ashamed of it because the entry should have been here, not here, and it's sort of like I already said it, like you know, the higher the low you want it to be formed before 4 o'clock, and we reached 4 o'clock. So normally you don't get like a good, like the normal healthy price. It might spike, but it's sort of like it will be very fast, and it might be out of macro as well. I got some of that 3, 4, 5 pump. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it was pretty awesome, but I missed it. I was not sure about the trade, to be honest. I didn't like the way it moved. Let me put it that way. I knew it was going up. I just didn't like the way it moved. So I think I'm going to be stopped out on this one. But that's okay. This is a bad entry. It's a paper trade, but even though paper trade, you can still be ashamed of a paper trade. Yeah. Not my... I find it on the higher time frame, it's just sort of like consolidating a little bit. I just don't like this price action. I go back and forth, back and forth. So for me, it's just... I just don't read it as well. It was a V-shaped recovery at London Open. Yeah, it was. Yep. It was a distribution move, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But we did not take out Asia highs. It's literally the same scenario of yesterday, right? We did the same. We didn't take out Asia highs, and then we took it out in the AM session. So and we sort of like, you know, we you see how I just created this liquidity between this is all engine liquidity to be taken out of this move. So we had a lot of, actually, if you think about it, when you see this happen, the only thing we know what got me off as well is I need a retest of things. Normally what happens, the way that it's presented a value gap. Oh shit, I see it now. This is automated stuff. Shit. You know, it should have been, I said I need a retest, but look, it actually did retest it. It's just this automated shit that doesn't work. See, it did retest. I said I need a retest. And it did, but this automated one, it didn't take the full inversion. It just took, I see it now. And that tells me that I was too, you know, it did. I said, if I see this, this would have been my entry here, 323, beautiful time. I said, I need a retest of the presented with an inversion, and I have the first presented goes. I wanted to see just it taps, and it did, but it didn't show on that, and I didn't. I see it now that it did not. It's short. It should have been here because this is the fair value gap, right? Am I correct? No, it did not do the retest. No, it did print correctly. Sorry, that's my mistake. No, it did print it correctly. So it just didn't tap into it. Normally it's a tap, but then it is because of this wick here, right? It didn't have to tap into it. This is just a balance. This is a medium balance. It didn't need to tap because of this wick over it. Yeah. I didn't need to retest. So I was focused on this, and this wick was already this area. I did not need to do it. This is a median rebalance of this area. So there goes. I need to journal that. It's a beautiful distribution. I mean, it's still going. But anyway, so when you see this, guys, there's a wick here, and you don't need to tap into your IFUG because you have this wick that goes over it, right? Here, it's right over here. Boom. So, and it tapped right into this wick here. So I didn't need to go into this inversion. I was focused on that, and I was like, oh, I don't trust it because it didn't it didn't tap into it. But I didn't see this wick, and yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed that I missed that trade. To be honest, I am. Even though I didn't like the price action, I'm a little bit annoyed. There's triple equal lows on the 15-minute. I thought they would go lower. Yeah, I just didn't trust it at all. But hey, listen, they in the 150 to 210 macro they were in consolidation. It didn't move until 231. So created this is like engineered liquidity. Why do they engineer liquidity? Well, to take it out. And normally, especially when they accumulate during a macro and also outside a macro, you have a move to the downside and you take out a low right over here. You go into a specific level, which is also significant. It was also previous day EQ. There were so many things. Look here. It was also here previous day EQ. So we took out a lot of liquidity here. But I was also a little bit confused by all the wicks. And then we have V-shape go up. We have an inversion here, right? And we have like an immediate rebalance. We have a change in state delivery. Now the breaker wasn't really clear. Well, on the 3 minute, yes, but then I was waiting for a retest of a breaker, and then you missed the move. But there is not going to be a retest now. The retest will come later on. So I would still have my retest breaker, and then I could have a trade. But I mean, this should not have been missed by me. But anyway, it's okay. Because we were bullish. I mean, I said it. I'm bullish on NQ. That's the frustrating thing. I was bullish, and I was just waiting for a little bit more downside. But hey, we still didn't take Asia high, did we? Oh, we did now, almost. Okay, we're almost. Let's see if they're gonna make it equal. If they're gonna make it equal. There's relative equal lows on the 15-day. Would go lower. Yeah. And Q fooled today. You fooled me today, my friend. I'll get you back. Triple. Yeah, but look here, Bowser. Look, this is just beautiful. On the 15-minute, it went in the first presented fair value of the 15-minute here, right over here. Now I did check SMT here, but I didn't see it. But I might have missed it. But this was just also so telling. At 3 o'clock exactly, boom, and then up. I thought it might go a little bit lower into this wick. That was my thought process as well, a little bit. and sometimes you read it, sometimes you read it not as well, right? That's how it goes. Execution, analysis are two different things. Sometimes they're both off, sometimes one of them is off. But hey, I know Vargas had a nice trade. Anyone else had a good trade on that long? At least two of you had it. Yeah, this should have been the entry. Actually, this should have been the entry already in the 15-minute. But okay, let's say you wait, and then you see this wick here, 323. So like I said, most of the times when things don't happen into a macro, it's between the runs between 20 and 40 when you see specific runs. But normally, I always say I want to see a retest of even in that 20 to 40, and that was I was waiting for this. But then again, there was no necessity to do that. But then if it was 323 and I would see this, I would get in, and then my stop would go below this entry here. Now it was a little bit hard to frame a proper breaker here, but I guess it's just then, you take it up to 2.5. We had some other things we could use. I would have probably gotten out here. This would have been my trade up to here. Because it was my 1.25, I use that a lot, and it matches with my settlement price. So let me frame my trade that I would have taken. That would have been, I would have entered in this wick here. Stop would have been below the, why are you not doing anything? I need to go up. And stop goes below here, a little bit lower, and then I would have taken it up to this. This is my trade. Yeah, I would not have taken it higher today because I just had no idea that it would go higher, in all honesty. So this would have been my trade for this session. Then if it's really bullish, I might have gotten in again. This displacement then, the time is 3:51. No, I would not. Yeah, I just, for me, it's also like, yeah, you had a very, very good trade. Journal it and also see where you can improve and what, just reverse engineer everything. It's always nice to have good trades, but if you, I mean, you learn that most of your losing trades or the trades that you have either or break even or when it goes back and you are stopped out in profit, even that, I mean, you have to turn it into a win in the sense of like, okay, I won because I learned from it. For me, if I miss a trade like this, it's not a problem because I just, I learn from it because I'm like, okay, what did I miss? Why was I slow? Sometimes you're just slow because I'm a little bit distracted because I found out that I'm missing stuff. So I've been looking and I already knew like, oh my God, and I had to tell the person that I rent from, listen, your maid is stealing from me. So it's sort of like, nasty talk. But I know for sure now. Because every time that I'm streaming, now since I started streaming, she knows that I can't go down. And every time it's on that day afterwards, I go down, like I'm missing. And it's all stupid stuff, like a can of tuna or a knife, small things, all things you can, all practical stuff. And in the beginning, I thought like, am I going crazy? Did I, throw it away maybe, or did I throw that knife away, or did I not buy that tuna? And did I not, it's like, but now it's like every fucking Monday after a stream, I'm like, I'm missing something. So now I know I'm going to hang up a camera now. So I know I was a little bit distracted as well. So it's never nice to really, to tell someone who they had that maid for years. She literally, was part of the family. But hey, now she is stealing. She is. But anyway, so we're going down. We did go one leg higher, but I don't trust it too much to go much higher. I think it's gonna, did we have equals? No, we took Asia, right? Oh no, we did not. See? I like that because then it gives us something for. I'm gonna take this trade off because it doesn't really matter anymore. I don't want to put anything on that I'm really anticipating. Um, but let's see. Ooh, I like that. So Asia and London high. So we did not make a London high, we made a London low before 4 a.m. So that makes sense then, right? So this is the low that we made in London. You know, London tends to make the low before, or the high before 4 o'clock. So once you're after 4 o'clock, that's why I said, I don't think we're going to go higher at some point. So the question is, are we going to do it in AM session or pre-market? Because I do think there's more room to the upside, right? But we left a lot of imbalances here. So I think, you know, that creates a lot of opportunity as well. Now there's no news today, so but it doesn't mean that we're not going to have good trades. I hope it's going to be a little bit better than yesterday's AM session, right? That was horrible. It was hard work. Bowser, did you do any trades in the AM and PM session on NQ on gold? Yeah, let's have a quick look at gold. Yeah, I don't like gold is not in this. Look, Asia created this whole large move, one wick, and I really want to see break one area. I said it was going to be bearish, but when you have a wick like this, it's just going to take time, and I just don't want to anticipate. I just hate being. I mean, you know, that's why I see those. If I look at a video myself, I look at myself, and especially when I'm in those, I start to look very salty for some reason. I just stop smiling and I start to get irritated. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to look that bad. I sold gold in Asia. Oh, you had a good trade in Asia. Are you posting them in the Discord? I have to be. I would love to see your trades, Bowser. Um, let me see. Yeah. In all honesty, I don't think we're going to get a lot of trades. We can have just. It's 4:23. Now, did we, what time did we make the high? 4:10. Yeah, 4:13, 4:15. I knew they were not going to leave that wick on gold. Oh, you were in that wick to the downside on gold. Are you kidding me? You were in this wick to the downside. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. You know, I would think that it would have taken out this wick, this wickless candle here. So I do think it's going to go lower, right? And we have this here, and then also we got this. I'm bearish, but I just don't want to enter in a trade like if it's going to go so slow to the downside. I'm just going to go reject in these levels here a couple of times. But on the other hand, if you got a good entry, you know, it doesn't matter. But let me see. Where are we at? Where are we? Here again. We're gonna reject somewhere here maybe, and then I'm going to keep an eye on gold. Yeah, I hate, so that's also my problem with this trade on NQ. Oh, let's going again. This price action here, just not really having a lot of displacement. It's just sort of like, but then you have to understand that it's the way how it moves, right? So this is also for me, I get like, I start to doubt my analysis. So this always gets me. I find to journal it very well, so I'll be able to get these moves, because I'm like, this always gets me. I'm like, oh, consolidation here, so we're going to get consolidation again, and then the other small move above, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is it. And then it activates the breaker, and before you know it, it's already done. And like, okay, you're looking like, oh, yeah, the trade has already happened. Yeah. But also this is telling, right? You have the 3 o'clock. You've got like this is the manipulation move, 3 o'clock. So that's also how you use time. Like on the 3 o'clock candle, you open, you have your wick to the downside, and then you go back up, and like a retest of it. Like I say, I use retests of time. This is actually a beautiful one, 331. So, but technically, like on the 4 o'clock, when I use the 4, well, it's more of the 10 a.m. candle, how I do my models with the 10 o'clock. I always try to get in the manipulation week. So when it opens, it makes a move to one side, and then before it gets back to the open price, you want to be in. So it's the same, actually, looking at this, and I just didn't register half of the things today. The 3 o'clock manipulation wick, we go into consolidation. At the moment you start going over it here, you retest it, and the time again at 320 to 40. If it is not in a macro, you use the 42, the 20 to 40 move, and then it starts moving up. And technically, you can also just ride up to use the time, right? If you think, okay, it's already 40, I'm getting out of here, and that's, you can get out of here as well. But yeah, I hate slow. I get very. I have to really. I've seen myself on video. I'm like, oh my god, that looks so horrible, and like, I look so depressed. And even at one trade, 51 points. And if you look at that video, I made a joke of myself. It's like I put a smiley face over my. I was talking and I just put a smiley face over my like. And I made a joke. Okay, look, you bank 51 points and then you look salty. How is that possible? Just because it was so slow, it was just not going, and it was like, oh my god, and again, and it was not only that trade, it was already a few trades before that, and not reading, just having a few other things. So yeah, so I get that. But hey, you don't want to be salty on stream. But hey, I'm human. I'm not AI, so it happens sometimes. But hey, when I see it, I was like, what the f? That looks really ridiculous. You look stupid. So anyway, yeah. But this was technically, it wasn't that slow, was it? If you look at 3 o'clock, and then here this was until 4 o'clock. It was an hour. Well, an hour can still feel a lot, but I wouldn't have been. I would have been in for only until around this area. So 3/4. So let's say here, 20 minutes, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes max. That's what I like. That's my sweet spot, 25 minutes. So yeah. But because we did not, we have created equal highs, and I don't see any entry for myself. Anyone have a question or a comment, or before I let you go? I might do a longer stream today, start on the AM session and just maybe take a little break, and then I missed the PM session stream as well. I haven't done one in a long time, so I want to do a PM session stream again. Yes. So tomorrow we have NFP, we can still trade until the morning, but maybe we can also trade in there. And then let's see what's Thursday and Friday is going to bring. Because I think they changed some things. Hey, Lost Tag, did you caught gold from the 4250 in? You are 4250. Let me quickly have a look. 4250. Ooh, you took it from the midnight and the first percentage of the midnight session. Nice. Okay. Are you going to hold it all the way down to the event horizon or to the flat bottom candle on the 4-hour? What is your analysis? Yeah, it's a nice distribution candle, but I just don't trust this. I would like to see a rejection in this wick, for one rejection at least. Maybe that's here, and then a continuation, and then maybe get into it. Yeah. Well, I'm happy to hear that a few people got that trade. That's really nice. Now let's look at gold. What are you doing? Just want to see how you're acting. Just want to have a look at how gold. Okay, so gold has not taken Asia high or low. That's interesting. I like that. That would be nice for pre-market / London. Okay, interesting. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on gold though, because once it breaks out of this session, I'm a little bit more bearish on gold. Well, let's see. Until when I'm bearish, I need to figure that out. So Bowser, I use the event horizon a lot, right? And why? So the event horizon is the midpoint between two end walks. So if you have an end walk here, let me go to another screen and I'll put it on a little bit cleaner. Let me go to the 4-hour. Okay, so the end walks, you know what an end walk is, right, Bowser? I want to double check. An end walk. I have to get rid of this as well. Okay, here we go. So end walk is here, a new week opening gap, right? You heard about that one. And then the other one is here. Now the event horizon is the midpoint between two end walks. So on Monday and Tuesday, what you see a lot is, I call it ping pong Monday, ping pong Tuesday. When you range, what you see happening is that price ping pongs between end walk, event horizon. Once it gets over the event horizon, it's going to make its way up to the other end walk, yeah. So for example, you can see that here as well. We go out of it, we balance it, we go back into the end, then we have a wick above the end walk, and then we go up, and then there's no more. You don't see it go back below the N walk. Because I'm always using it to see what price is doing. So if I see this price action, for example, if it goes back and forth on the event horizon, I already know I can expect chop. So you really want to see it move away from the N walk. So once it starts moving on top of it, already know, okay, I'm gonna get depending on the hour you're in. Let's say on the 15 minute, you can see it clearly, right? You see it here, it just bounces around this area. So you already know, okay, it's choppy, choppy, choppy. Now you can be fooled a little bit by this because it goes over it, but then it goes back into it, but then at some point you see when you get a retest, like a proper retest like this, it's gonna make it way further down, but then it doesn't. You really, you know, when it's not nice price action, when it doesn't touch them like the end, like this N walk. But the N walk is also if you have a move up, for example, on the NQ that we did now, for example, you see here it just blasts through it, right? This dotted line is the event horizon as well. So then you could also know, okay, well, we're really going up to most likely to the other N walk today. So I use it as well as liquidity. It's sometimes it stops there. Today it just blasted through it. We might have stopped there a little bit. Let me check on the 15. No, we did not. We had we went through it and then we tested it. It's the start of the new macro. You see here, the macro is start of 350, boom, retested the N walk, or the event horizon. It's a very strong point of liquidity as well. It's sometimes even stronger than I think as the N walk itself. It's a draw on liquidity. Yeah. So the midpoint it's just a midpoint of, it's just a CE. Yeah, but ICT called event horizon, but it's a CE, correct? Yeah, the midpoint. So that's why sometimes I have a lot of N walks on, just not to miss because I use this a lot and especially on when it's like consolidating or when we have a range day or we're inside the range, then I use some things in combination with the event horizon and the N walks to frame my trades a little bit, the direction. And once, if it goes over it, you know, okay, we're going up to the upper area now. Because, you know, N walks are also draws on liquidity. So, for example, let me just have a look. Where now is this area here? Where are we? It's 482. What do we have at 482? Look, where's my 4 standard deviation? Just below the N walk. So if you do go higher, you have like, okay, the weekly and the monthly open are obviously N walk is the weekly open, right? It's not really the point. But if you have a 4 standard deviation right over here, yeah, okay, you know, it doesn't have to go there, but just keep an eye on it. I don't know what this red line is, by the way. What is this red line? What did I do here? Is it? Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. Taking it off. But look at gold. Well, this is a good example, is it not? It went exactly to the event horizon. Yes, it went exactly to the event horizon, which was also the bottom of the Asia. And look, low, it's just low. Laughing online. Isn't that funny? Are we going to V-shaped recovery as well on gold? Could that be? Listen, you see here now it stops. It doesn't even go for the flat candle here, right? So yeah, this is the good example. You see how now put it on the chart. You will benefit from using them really. It helps me a lot because I frame my trade. If I would be in that short, I would have ended to here most likely. Yeah. Oh, did it make a wick? Did it go on? Oh, it did actually. Look at that. It did actually. No, it did not. Okay, so it might go a little bit lower. So it's either a retracement or a reversal from that area. So you see it goes into it and then you just have a little bit of a reaction. But sometimes you want to get out of a trade before, you don't want to wait that long and you take it to there. But so gold hit the CE. So especially if you can see other confluences with it, right? Um, it's not like only, oh, there's the event horizon I'm going to use, but you look for other confluences around that area. Now the CE as well. For me, I would say, in this case, oh, you have Asia low here, and this one is here. So you can combine it, but there's also a little bit of a volume imbalance here. But yeah, I would have taken it just to Asia low here, something like that. That's a good example. Hey, you see it works, right? The event horizon. It works. But now once it goes below this, then you look for a PD arrays around the end walk. Like, okay, what are the things before it gets to this end walk? Is it really going to draw to the end walk, or is it going to stop somewhere before it? So you just look for PD arrays to frame your trade. And when it hits the end walk, you look if it goes out of the end walk again, and it's a range day. It goes. Then you can see, okay, I might just take it up back only to the event horizon, and we just look where my P is. So, but that's how it gives you a lot of information. I don't use the end dogs so much anymore, but I should add them sometimes, especially after Monday and Tuesday, because for me on Monday and Tuesday these two are enough. Not enough in the sense of everything, but in the sense of end dogs and end dogs. But anyway, Bowser, do you use the end dogs, by the way? Okay, guys, yeah, there's really no trades for me. I think we're going back to the range, but very slow. It's just grinding back, and I think we're going back to the event horizon to that's right over here. Event horizon is at 402. Do we have anything, a breaker in the vicinity, a retest? Oh, we have still this imbalance that we still have some left here. So maybe we go a little bit lower, but I do think we're going to hit the event horizon again. But we did not hit yeah, I don't know actually. I'm saying it, but it might just continue to the upside. I marked them both. Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, I try to keep my charts a little bit cleaner. It's still a lot on the charts. I know. I have to work on that. So, but that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much, and I appreciate every one of you. Ooh, thank you for subscribing. I see some people subscribe as well. I didn't get a message for all of them. But I'll see you guys later today. AM or PM session. I'll do both. I think I feel like it today. Today's going to be both. So I'll see you guys later. And hopefully we have some better price. And if not, it's also good, right? We don't mind. I mean, um, I still enjoy tape reading. Evanit, see you. Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone. I'll see you in a bit. Touch some grass if you can. I'm going to do that. Ciao, ciao.